Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero Site, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to a 1 versus 1 on Holotny Felma Winter between the West. We got here they fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 116th Panzer Division Winhund versus these we got Luciano fighting for America, freedom and democracy. Taking on the role here of the 3rd Armored Division. Both units clashing somewhere here in the awfully Russian looking part of the Ardennes. You know, the part that's in Belgium. Damn those Belgians. So very uncivilized. But we got here elite troops making an assault mobile offensive of very sort of common selection there with infantry, machine gun and mortar bulletins. Luciano with the armor company, tactical support and heavy cavalry, triple infantry. Also very much sort of the meta choices for most American players at the moment. Nothing to sort of leave you deeply surprised. Luciano rushing out here and immediately wiring off, which I find sort of for the matches I've observed with Luciano very much sort of part of his play style. He likes to lay down a wire and sort of prepare ahead here. He's not the hyper-aggressive type of player. He's a more cautious player. I mean, it's not like, you know, he's like, I don't know, a rock. But at the same time, you know, he's not exactly, you know, a berserker either. You know, the sort of guy to suddenly appear out of nowhere behind the curtains with a knife covered in blood. Possibly his own. So we've got tank traps, barbed wire here again. Very thorough again. Very much part of Luciano's MO or modus operandi. We got the sandbags up here that they clearly not sort of rushing it either. Again, he is being more aggressive though. You can see this Grenadiers moving in there, sort of pushing towards the cuff point there of Luciano, which is not exactly a half battle. Yes, the Wehrmacht currently find you generally have to play aggressively despite being, you know, the supposedly defensive faction. Usually bed off, you sort of try to push ahead, try to force your opponent to engage you where you find it sort of favourable. At the same time, you can see Vey is slowing down. He's probably sensing something's up there, so he's not sure he wants to defend the cuff point. He wants to push onwards against his opponent's cuff point. I think this sort of the impression I'm getting here from Vey. 3rd rifle squad there, we got more barbed wire here again. Luciano just keeping up that very thorough, steady wire work. I mean, the only way he could do it anymore is if he just went for heavy cavalry, so he could actually have his riflemen do it as well. But there you go, rifle stop him north foot by the MD-42. Pioneers are spotting hits. There we can see sort of there that they sort of not too bullish advance has suddenly paid off. But there you go, rifle's going to do this here. Yep. Joe goes down there to the sharp marksmanship of the German Grenadiers. Getting up close to the way again, they do get twice the DPS, but the problem is with the damage that was suffered, the Grenadiers might be able to just edge ahead there. In the south, Grenadiers seeing the rifle there, negative cover there, she's giving Grenadiers also a chance against the damage to the rifle. Tactics going down, and again, why? I mean, he's very sort of specific about this, Luciano. He's incredibly specific about it. And again, that's a good thing. I mean, for some players, again, you know, you have to sort of really heavily think about it. For Luciano, it almost seems like, you know, it's just, you know, reflex. You know, he just builds. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised in real life he just sort of begins laying down barbed wire out of nowhere. In the kitchen. God damn it, Luciano, I tell you, start wiring off the refrigerator. Oh, sorry. Sorry. You know, company is too. I swear, it's not affecting me in any negative way. Also, you might want to be careful about the bathroom. It's mined. And there's Ravenous Pioneers in the north. Triple Grenadiers for they versus Triple Rifle Mortar out here. So both players sort of having elements there. But again, the tank traps are giving sort of some footholds here for Luciano to fight from if need be against Vey. But so far his forces are suddenly slowing down their bit. Again, having a bit of trouble. But there you go. MB4 setting up aggressively, but within range of the mortar there. And Luciano is able to counter it pretty aggressively with his mortar. And the rifle, of course, in heavy cover will not be easily felled by it either. He could, of course, try smoking it, which will normally cause most players to just pull back the machine, in which case we've caught it out in the open. Second rifle squad moving up support, and in, you know, getting caught here by the suppressor 5 of the MD-42. No immediate take up there for Luciano as his pushes back base MD-42. Rifle 1 fired up here. Pretty close to the Grenadiers and Pioneers. They're both dispatched by one rifle squad, probably because around the Grenadiers straight up close to the rifleman, at which point the rifleman probably dispatched him with some ease. In the south region secure territory here, so Vey's initial advance here, while successful, ran out of steam and lastly was quickly forced back. And the important bit is he actually didn't mine, so there's nothing to really still help defend territory. And that's really again where fine mines tend to be the most effective. When you've already got an advantage, you have to fall back at least. That way, sort of essentially booby trap the map with mines. That way, make it harder for your opponent to easily push ahead. Back here, reinforcement bunker up as well to provide healing for his men, though he's going to need the munitions for it. Ambulance for Luciano, so he can heal his men. And of course, he does need to upgrade his ambulance. Well, he actually had upgraded the bunker already. Never mind then. Never mind. So both players, they will have healing for their men in a few moments. They're again pushing on aggressively. Though, important to note, he's not actually short the 2 topmost points there next to the fuel pump. But there you go, Gunner's flank behind the rifle there, catching a bit off guard, forcing Luciano, of course, to have to constantly sort of be aware of his flank here. Overall, again, good aggressive flanking by Vey there, good aggressive flanking, though the house there is not exactly looking very sort of structurally sound. There we go, collapsing. There goes Grenadiers, force moving ahead here. Back there, nothing further happening for Vey. He's just pushing on. So there goes, quickly falling back. He realises he's pushed too far ahead with no immediate support. I mean, it's not a half bad idea, but without anything to really further achieve support there. I mean, they just basically caught on their own, and he loses half the unit there, only, in this situation. Still, he's got Luciano still to an extent on the back foot, but Luciano is now looking a lot more stable, a lot more, you know, clear and able to sort of respond to these movements, and that mortar is definitely, you know, quite unusual. There you go, Glenn is flanking up behind Luciano again. He's just constantly shifting about there. He's constantly looking for weakness. For Luciano, just even reveal a single gap where he can then sort of jam a dagger in there, or a particularly sharpened spoon. If he has to be really rough, a banana. Rather than attacking into the Grenadiers, mortar shifting down there. I think that's a mistake. Then Luciano realised he was about to send his mortar into the grips of the German army, which Luciano realises is generally a bad idea. Take up there, bunker, or like Meganas comes in up, troops sealing reinforcing around the medic bunker there. The Sanitator, hard at work providing medical support. My God, do you have to keep yourself getting shot at? Yeah, it's part of my job description. I have to get in surveillance of bullets from time to time and shoot at the enemy. North there we got plenty of his rear stunts. You could try and walk over and then rush them. Otherwise there's not so much you can do there here. Kennedy's going against riflemen, not a lot of cover. There's a bit of heavy cover there, but the rifle should be able to just send them away. Light machine gun on the way there, like to make a nice company up. Half tech or 2-2, I think is going to be the most immediate choice for Vey, so sort of that way pressure his opponent. Though he could try and save up for Panzer Grenadiers or in theory Stormtroopers. He could also go for mechanized assault and some assault grenadiers. I mean, that wouldn't be a half bad choice. In particular, the way Vey's playing a sudden infusion of assault grenadiers into his force composition could possibly catch Luciano off guard, and particularly catches the mortar crew with them. Up here on this light machine guns, they're dealing with the riflemen. So he knows Yankees going back. Up here, it's pretty much a stalemate. And the MD-42 again, they just very aggressive. Very aggressive played over the Wehrmacht here as he commands elements of the 116th Panzer Division Minhund, which in English means greyhound, by the way. Amongst one of his officers was actually Guderian's son, or at least one of the Guderian sons, as a sort of fun side note. Light machine gun team moving northwards. Southwards said they're going to secure the victory point there. Mortar fire on the MD-42 inside the church rather than slowly bleeding out. Now the player has yet to really commit to a doctrine against the other one, and over here we got nothing further going on there for Luciano either. No weapon racks, and well, he's got the captain though. He's got the captain, so that could indicate a steward here versus Vey. Pack houses would also be an idea, though. Few players go for it. The pack house is still an excellent artillery piece. But there you go. Luciano is aiming for the M5A1 Stuart light tank, and an interesting choice. As to why, though, I mean, I think a lieutenant here honestly would be more, you know, supportive on. But again, if you sort of consider Luciano's overall playstyle, a slower one, less, you know, hyper aggressive, it makes sense he would go for the captain and the steward. Again, sort of more slow and steady here for Luciano. But again, Vey's aggressive pacing is sort of, you know, forcing him off the field. But again, to his fortunate luck, there again, Vey's not very good at what Luciano does, which is, of course, then fortify the territory. And he doesn't lay down sandbags, barbed wire, or any mines, and that's, you know, something that does help Luciano. Then you not get too penned in him by Vey, because again, he doesn't have to worry about, you know, damn, you know, the Krauts wired it all off, man. Damn Krauts. There you go, Stuart light tank out here for Luciano. The M5A1. Not confused with the M3A1, which was also Stuart light tank, but which had non-slope frontal armour and a different engine. I think that was sort of largely it. So basically the M5A1 was just a bit more survivable Stuart. It was a bit faster and I think mechanically reliable. The one thing to note about the Stuart light tank was the interior was incredibly cramped due to the way they had, I think it was just drive shafts, so it went straight through the tank on the inside, so there's very little space inside the Stuart light tank for the crew, which wasn't very comfortable. Probably didn't help them get out of there either, but rather than finding in the centre here, you have a mortar up for Vey to help counter his opponent's mortar, and Fighting position going up to help to cover the cut-off point. Very good work there. So also makes it harder for Vay to just sort of sneak in and harass them with a quick jab. So very good stuff there, I think, by Luciano. He just needs to add the 50 caliber mount there. Pack 40 landing a hit on the Stuart light tank there. Getting actually in the mortar. Getting off some hits there, but not really any big impact. That's getting... chance of getting wiped, I would say, is slim, but if he gets it, that'd be pretty good for Vay. But mortar crew there gets away. And there you go, mortar position there, or fighting position being upgraded there with the 50 caliber machine gun. And the South Pioneers advancing with more Pioneers and so. And we got no tech yet for Vay here versus Luciano. It would benefit from it though. You know, quick Stuga Osman here could have, I think, a sizable impact for Vay. Fuel cache wouldn't be a bad choice either. Also Doctrine, but then again, neither player has really committed to anything. Luciano aiming there for the BAR, the Browning automatic rifle, and hitting northwards as well. Ooh, caught the Stuart there. Unfortunate for Luciano there. Taking up with the Panzerabwehr Kanone, but fighting position doing work there. Now coming in front of the Pack 40, which is a bit unfortunate there for Luciano. Not a bad idea, but without any sort of central front line to be part of, it's a much more isolated strong point which is easily dealt with. That's also the thing to keep in mind about their fighting position and bunkers. Usually want the larger part, you know, something very isolated where you don't expect a larger attack, where if they're sort of part of the central line, they need to be part of an overall stronger defense, otherwise they're just isolated weak points that are easily dealt with by the enemy. And there you go. Got the Pack 4, the captain pushing it. They know he hasn't upgraded because he doesn't need it, but obviously because also it just means the captain is pretty good anti-infantry. I mean, people I think tend to underestimate just how good the captain can be versus infantry when not upgraded. I mean, he's basically just a lieutenant without the BAR, and you throw on 2 BARs on him, he is really, really good. But the Pack 4 is in a bad spot for Vay, not good at all, and still no taker for Vay. Still no taker, but harassment here, aggressive there. So again, even as he's losing ground somewhere, and even losing equipment to his opponent, he is still attacking, harassing, and just keeping the pressure there's Luciano. It's only forcing Luciano to have to react here to Vay's movements. I mean, that's definitely some good play there by Vay, some really good aggressive play there. And that's certainly, I think, a lot there for some of the outplayers to learn from Vay, because again, he just sort of constantly flanks, tries to outmaneuver his opponent. Again, the only bigger flaw I can so far sort of really point out with Vay is just... where's the tech? Where's the tech? It just feels like he's not making very good use. He's going for another Pack 4 of the opposite in response to losing his first one, because he wants to be ready for his opponent. But, yeah. Otherwise, not so good there for Vay. Again, yeah. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. I mean, honestly, again, at this point, he could probably be pushing out the Stugan Osman and sort of take that for it. Definitely feels not 100% fully efficient for Vay. Again, obviously I can also to an extent understand, you know, he's putting a lot of effort into flanking, maneuvering, and that requires a lot more attention, and so it also highlights one of the flaws of the Wehrmacht situation, which again is, you have to put in more effort sort of just logistically sort of manage taking up there compared to other factions where you just press a button, that's it. You know, for the Axis, you know, you have to sort of manage a lot more things, you know, tech, then build, which also crucially requires to find your pioneer score to do so. If you don't have, you have to, you know, rebuild one, so there's a lot more sort of effort involved with it. You can see that Luciano's playing up with an anti-tank gun. He's also worried that Vay's going to rush out medium arm on him, but so far, neither player seems frightfully into that. But again, I do feel like it's a bigger mistake than Vay, because again, he's sort of been more consistently having a field advantage over Luciano. So it certainly doesn't feel like 100% efficient. There you go, Luciano goes for Doctrine. It is heavy cavalry. No big surprises. He could have it out sooner though. He could have used his rifle more efficiently with it. Sandbags, barbed wire, whatever he wants. Finding position with them as well. So, you know. I mean, at least it's not, you know, beyond the 20-minute mark, but he could have had it out sooner. He could have had it out sooner. But I guess he just wasn't sure what he wanted to do. Going points there. Captain finding moments there for freedom and democracy. The 3rd Armoured. Smoke screen on the MG-42 up north there. Nice work, but in this case a bit too late. And finally, Vay is taking up. He is taking up. Das ist gut. But again, he could have done that sooner, I feel. Still, another push here for Vay. Again, he is a very sort of consistently aggressive player. So similarly, again, like how Luciano is very consistent to an extent, you know, laying down tank taps, wiring, though he seems to be just slipping up here at the later game. I mean, Vay is just very consistently aggressive, looking for the weak spots to sort of break through. He very much has the stormtrooper spirit. And meanwhile, Luciano's saying a fuel cache, very good work. They could also benefit from a fuel cache, but Luciano will certainly benefit from that one because he's sort of consistently behind, of course. He isn't putting up here or there, probably because he doesn't want to be an exposed point and get knocked out by the Pack 40 of V. I mean, you know what happened to the fighting position, so obviously this is probably to avoid it just being easily spotted and dealt with by V because he knows it's not that safe. Again, he knows V's very much so just, again, the stormtrooper fellow, the very aggressive, consistent approach, and doesn't want, you know, his cache to easily go down. So it makes sense, but at the same time as all this is happening in the center, though, Luciano is also striking at V's resources himself. So very good work there. But a lot of back and forth between these two players. Also, both of them, if I haven't mentioned that, he's, I believe, roughly top 100. So, I mean, again, we're not exactly dealing with slouches either. I mean, they didn't exactly have like a 2-weekend course at Baden in basic field tactics for dummies. There you go, big push here from Luciano towards the center of the map. He's got the tech now, just needs the support core, needs to push out either Panther 4 and Ostwind, considering the overall timing of the situation. Ostwind wouldn't be a bad choice, but again, Panther 4 would also be the safer choice. I mean, it really depends on how he sort of feels about the fuel situation compared to his opponent. But there you go, Rangers are won by the 2-2, so he's finally gone for some kind of vehicle. The leichte Panzerspielwagen, 222, which was an armoured car, by the way, based on the civilian car design. That was also the case of the other big armoured car they had back then, was the 232, the predecessor of the 234, so you know what became the Puma partly, for a brief period of time. Two pushing ahead, they're getting us some hits with this cracked machine gun and ultra cannon. They has yet to build up support core. As we can see that there's no sign of that one there. 222 though is going to get within range of anti-tank rifle grenade C with a bit of bad luck, but no. Gets away before Luciano can pop it off. In the center rifle getting absolutely blasted machine gun fire and mortar fire. No hope for them, it would seem. He could smoke the machine gun, but I think he's too preoccupied elsewhere. That looks like, there we go. Smoke screen off to support the rifle, getting absolutely ripped to stretch out in the open there. They still not taking out. Or choosing a doctrine. Not encouraging, also makes me think he's either playing mechanized assault elite troops, because at this point he's pretty much run out any sort of reason he just save up for mobile defense. I mean, at this point he's either playing possibly for a Tiger Tank or Tiger Ace, and if we assume he's not a complete putz, I'm going to assume it's not elite troops. I'm guessing he's just got mechanized assault that's able to go for a Tiger, which overall feels like, you know, bit weak doctrinal usage to put it mildly. We'll have to see though. He's going for more Grenadiers. He's still not building the support corps. He's not even going for Panther style than, you know, Grenadiers. Don't feel to try and sneak in one Panther Grenadier squad here versus opponent. But again, they just consistently like pressure. But again, Luciano though, not the one to give up there with his ideas, sets up a second fighting position. This time though, a bit slightly more sort of edged off here. So if he has to move a pack forward, it's going to be a bit easy just to sort of fire and get it out. He has to sort of turn it more drastically, which could perhaps allow Luciano to then rush it. But still, he is consistent again with sort of more defensive elements against they. Good to see that. Again, he could, you know, laying down more barbed wire, tank traps and all that now. Taking up there, though, so now the player immediately seems to be sort of playing for, except again for Vey, who kind of seems to, when he easily has, you know, the tech, he has the resource, he can be pushing with medium armor. So again, I feel like he's dropping the ball there a bit, even if he's, you know, again, putting so much effort into being aggressive. And again, I can understand that. I don't know, it shouldn't be that difficult to just quickly pull back for a few seconds to build up the support core, maybe then rush out a Panzer 4 or an Ostwind or a Stug. But we'll have to see. But we are closing on the 20-minute mark here between these two players. Between the 116th and the 3rd Armoured. Grenadiers caught in a bad position as the rifleman, forcing them back. Captain pushing for the cough one. He has gone for the bazooka bar where they're not being up, and the church collapses under German artillery fire. Still nothing there for Vey. Is he planning for the heavy Panzer Corps? I mean, he could rush out a Panther, maybe support it with a Panzer there. For that would be an interesting move there by Vey, though obviously not fully efficient even in the way he's doing it now. But it's an option, I guess. But he definitely needs to make some kind of move. As for Luciano, he's actually soon able to call in the Sherman tank here versus Vey, which could certainly put some pressure there upon his shoulders. But But so far, nothing there. Still though, Luciano there again, getting more aggressive, more bolder. And of course, seeking out sort of the movement patterns of Vay to sort of that way sort of hit them where he then usually isn't. Again, Vay doesn't have to do a lot to defend his own points. Again, he's sort of again more aggressive. So, I mean, that does make it easy for Luciano to sort of constantly hit and harass his points. There you go. Straight to the rear with dull bazookas. Vay was not expecting that, and this 2-2 pays the price. And there you go. Down goes Günther's little Panzer. Seems like Vay's very much playing for a Tiger tank, which, as usual, I would describe as generally a bad idea when you're ahead. A generally bad idea, and it almost seems like Luciano is also just playing for the Pershing. So both players are committing to bad ideas. Well, I guess that means that, you know, they're equally buggered, I suppose, to an extent. But yeah, Vay very much seems like he's, you know, fumbled a bit here, and again, just getting too obsessed with the Tiger. So, case of fear syndrome here for Vay. At least he's not going full Stalingrad. Again, he is sort of keeping an awareness of the rest of the map. But there you go. Luciano, though, has revealed he is not caught in the grips of Fuhrer syndrome. He's not considering annexing the Sudetenland or anything. He is going straight for a Sherman tank, while the Pioneers here rush for support weapons. Captain charging straight at the Grenadiers. Grenadiers actually retreating there, interestingly enough. I think they could have won that one, to be honest. And up north, Grenadiers got there. No, it's the MD-42 bites the dust in the face of the Rangers. That's a big loss there for Vay. That is a very big loss. They're completely wiped out. They're gunned down in cold blood by the Rangers. And he finally, yeah, he goes for mechanized assault. Again, I mean, he can then quickly fill up the Support Corps to support the Tiger, but honestly, I think he'd been better off if by now had a Panzer IV. I mean, he then cleared out things here. For example, your Panzer IV running and dealing with it. Ostman could have done it. Stooks could have done it. Just sloppy. But I guess, I mean, now both players have chosen a doctrine here against each other. Neither player doctrinal choice that felt frightfully proactive, but at least Luciano was a bit more active about his choice than Vay. Sniper briefly considers going for another mortar. They aiming for, I think, artillery supremacy then versus opponent, plus probably also in response to losing the MD-42, so he has something that can maybe quickly decommission it if necessary. There you go. We got here Luciano Sherman rolling ahead there. Guns and machine guns blasting away at those crowds. And there you go. They can finally call in his Tiger tank. When he could at least, you know, had a Panzer IV, maybe supported by a Stuka by now. And, you know, doesn't have as much map left there versus Luciano. But there you go, Tiger tank out here. Of course, unless you play the Tiger tank absolutely terribly, you can usually have some kind of impact with it, as it is still very much a heavy tank. And it is very much still a pretty good one. I mean, in terms of levels of efficiency, I mean, a Panzer IV would have been much stronger. Much stronger there. But also allows a bit of hold the map. You could even save manpower then for, say, a fuel cache for more armor or a Tiger tank afterwards. Hiccups. Troops being pushed back. Then the south we got the rear captain securing the munitions point there. And the Tiger advances. Slightly damaged. Could stop it up to get a quick repair by the Pioneers before moving out. But Vay's having none of that. Here's a proper assault commandant. There you got North Pioneers dispatched by the Sherman. In cold blood. MD-42 opening up in the Tiger. That is obviously not making much of an impression there upon the Tiger tank's crew. In the center, they catching the mortar. They could do a bit of damage. See if Luciano isn't paying attention. There's a good chance of getting a wipe there. Wipe with the rifle grenade. Good work, good work. Mortify further doing the trick here. Machine gun pulling back. Sherman up north there. Playing a very sort of dangerous game here with the Tiger. Waiting for support here from the PaK-40 and the Rangers. He could try and rush the mortar. They would gain much from his main squad. He got two, so a third one I think would be overkill there for Vay. The problem is though, Vay would then need to sort of pull down the Tiger. Something to destroy. Oh! Almost got the captain. He could well then destroy the mortar next. Captain dies. High explosive shell there. Blasts him to Kingdom Come. And there you go. Go straight to destroy the mortar. So that was very much his plan. Up north, the Pioneers being murdered here by the Rangers. And his push back there. Montage, that was fully efficient there by Vader, putting down the Tiger just to ensure the destruction of the mortar, but losing, you know, the northern half of the map. So you can see that Luciano's slowly getting better and better map control again. Vay's, you know, Tiger pull move, despite, you know, again providing him with a Tiger tank, which will have an impact, has rather cost him a lot of map controls. Again, it rather meant, you know, he basically sort of went completely in hold for the most part, except just, you know, pushing, hoping they just keep, you know, Luciano off guard. But, you know, with a tank up before he gets out of tank, it's not going to be that efficient. Nonetheless, the Tiger is having a sizable kill tally very fast there, as it beats the living stuffing out of most of Luciano's troops there. Rather than opening up with the Grenadiers, not a good assault there. Tiger moving southwards further. Bit risky again, but seems against once more falling to, you know, line with how they overall plays. Again, very aggressive, not considered what his opponent's move. Sort of doing for the most part. Bravo squad there pushed back by the Tiger, and fighting in the center. We've got the Sherman rolling hit mortar. But there's the machine gun to cover it. There is none. It has been lost. Tiger moving in for the flank position, I believe. We're trying to perhaps try and off right. No, wait, flank position, the flank. Again, just aggressive play there by Vay, but certainly not without his risk. I mean, his opponent has gone for heavy cavalry. He could have laid down mines here, though thankfully for him, Luciano has not been mining. Still, South latched it open, and there you go. Luciano following up here with a Pershing tank. So again, despite having been behind to a certain extent, the fuel cache has helped Noble. Now he's actually ahead of Vay, just basically because he went for tank first. Again, Vay in that sense could follow up with Stuke, but he is still behind Luciano, no matter how you look at it now in terms of armor. So certainly a bit tricky situation there for Vay. The news forced away from the northern compartment here by the Sherman, supported by several rifle squads and of course the Rangers. Pershing waiting in the centre, possibly for some more support before it advances on the German positions. Modify against the rifleman there. And the centre can be squad moving straight to the Pershing, obviously proving to be a really bad idea. They immediately orders the retreat and hope for survival. Rifle advancing there, but also giving away the Tiger's position here to the Pershing tank. Shoots, lands a good hit there with the 90mm gun. Rifle there, almost getting hit with the second hit there by the Tiger tank. Mortar now the victim here with the Pershing shells, and there you go. Rifle knocking out here, mortar 5, forcing them back. Major moving up with bazookas, taking an immediate loss there. And the South Rifle there creeping hit on the Tiger tank as well. Very much on the defensive versus Luciano. He should really go for the Stug now, a Sturmgeschütz. I mean, he could go for the Panzer IV, but the Stug is just going to be so much more efficient versus both the Pershing and the Sherman than a Panzer IV. And he needs to somehow, you know, threaten either of them really fast, really efficiently. I mean, obviously the Panzer IV would be more helpful versus the infantry. Can isolate Luciano from his infantry, but his armor from his infantry, without showing also about Vay versus them. There you go. He is going for the Stug there. Vay, I feel, is making the right decision there. Rather than quickly hitting the Pack 40 up north. Fierce and close being well annihilated here by the Titan, and this moving up, mortifying their Pershing northwards there. And we got grenades up for Luciano there, further improving the lethality of his infantry. Gold Pioneers to fix up the Tiger tank, very good. Duke almost done. VSM's on the way there for Luciano to assist repairing his Pershings, and he does all has nothing besides his Sherman crew to do the trick with. North Rangers continue to defend the point there as the Grenadiers for light machine gun. He's going to need rifle grenades and some serious support, but there you go. Instead we got Sherman support for the Rangers. Landing up for kills with the Grenadiers. Oh, out to get wiped out. Need to retreat, need to retreat. We got the Pack 4, they're landing a good hit on the Sherman, but the Grenadiers, I feel, are in a very high likelihood to get murdered there. Stuke moving up, pin up machine my way there. Very good, sehr good. Push into the centre there by Luciano, the last remaining victory point, and he wants it. We got artillery strike calling in, made it to make it hard for him to push through there, have any support around, allowing him to move aggressively, then pushing about there. Very good work there by Luciano. Basically just uses it blocking fight, just blocking out his opponent. It's not exactly about expecting his opponent to do anything, but he's just denying him access to the area unless he wants to, risk losing units. So that worked reasonably well there for Luciano. They though need to do something drastic here against his opponent to really have a chance of winning this now. I mean, again, he's just got barely any control there. He's bleeding victory points like a stuck pig, not a stuffed pig. No support for the pioneers against the Persian. In fact, losing one pioneer squad immediately and almost losing another one there. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing there, but it's clearly not working out right for well. We got the Tiger advancing there, and from the north, we deal with those army Schwein. But they're very quick to scurry away like rats, hitting the northern victory point with one of his mortars, going the northern fuel back. Push there, and we got tech of reinforcement there. Stug hanging back a bit further. Luciano could be mining up and doing anything, but there you go. Rifleman straight hit. Bazooka team lost there. Oh, at least oh, they almost got us. Grenadiers there. In fact, bunched up Grenadiers. Pack 4 setting up, cloaking the wiped out here, but the Persian needs to fire for target weak point here. Gets a good hit. The target hit return from these. Enemy Pack 40. And both heavy tanks there pull away. So that was a bit of an awkward engagement there, but one I think that was winning there for Luciano, because even if he gained no ground, he prevented they from actually advancing, so that's rather good for him. And the Stug is just not really doing much there for they at the moment. Stug up support, then we got the target taking heavy bazooka fire there from Luciano's troops. I think even the Rangers are not pretty with the bazooka. Does it look like it anyways? Apparently not. In the centre, the Pershing awaits like a hungry predator for the prey to enter its lair. Mortar launching, mortar rams in. Always laying down the smoke in there to allow him to take the point a bit more safely. Good work. Ram tank forces into the Grenadiers behind heavy cover with the VAR. Tiger shoots as well. And there you go, quick grenade against the Grenadiers. Quick fall away from that one. That's the Raven getting absolutely just blasted into oblivion by the Tiger tank. There you go, quick counter, and there you go, grenade against the Grenadiers. No need support, we got the mortar, and that's about it really there for Vader to sort of assist him. There's the Rifleman. More riflemen arriving there. He's going to need the Tiger down there. A machine gun or something to stall here. At least some Pentagon is there. You go. Another grenade here. That's just in this case munitions wasted by Luciano. Oh, the impact following him too far. There's some Grenadiers to support them. Promise. There's too many rifles for the guns to actually sort of realistically deal with. Artillery called in here on the mortars here by Luciano. And it's not a fake rapid barrage, by the way. He's not faking it. But he did get one of Luciano's men there. That's a small victory for Vate. They still needs to push at them. He's down to less than 100 victory points, but he needs to be more aggressive again. He needs to also be more focused though versus Luciano. He's gone here for Stug E to assist versus infantry. Definitely not a bad idea considering the current circumstances. Major in the fire there from the Sturmgeschütz 3 Ausführung E. Am North guns in the fire from the Sherman. Fun fact, Stug's well, Stug 3Es and the likes of some of the first German vehicles to actually get access to heat ramps there during 1942. Much to the surprise of Soviet tank crews. Luciano, though, is not going for any more. Oh, never mind, he's actually going for the Jackson. I was about to say he didn't go for anything, but he's clearly going for the Jackson to help counter the Tiger tank and the other bit supporting it. Stug working with the Tiger in the centre there. Grenadiers advancing. Needs to keep the Stug close, I think, to help deal with supporting infantry and the likes. Rather than advancing forwards here. Pack 40's nowhere to seen though. He's not even hit the Stug there. We might be hoping his opponent focuses too much in the centre, can then attack in from the north with the Tiger and the Stug. But clearly Luciano is keeping the north increasing the screen off with the bazookas and the Strandman tank and the Rangers, making it hard for him to pull that one off if that's what is intended.
Capture point is being overrun.
There we go, Jackson to the rescue here. Further forcing base Tiger back in the south. They've got a machine gun team there waiting for any Germans to approach the southern victory point. He's down to 75 by the way. 75. Here's into the flamethrower. Tiger shoots, misses. Stug there hanging back. Could creep out and think enough some hits on the Stug. Shannon, there you go. Tiger moving as well. There we go. There we go. Good Arbeit. Need to keep up the pressure though. Now they're hitting it down to half health. Need to keep the Tiger there. Need to keep the Tiger. Oh. Straight into this Jackson's fire there. They're getting burned to death. Almost wiped out. Could get the Jackson here maybe. No. Decides not to quite fully pursue, which allows in fact Luciano to pull back both of his armoured elements. Another hit on the Sherman though. Victory one in the Stug in the south there. We got mortar crews, grenadiers just all fighting here. In a crucial war of attrition for the centre. And we got the Stug there also trying to get support now. Almost wiping out the entire rifle squad. And in the north, oh dear, he got the Jackson, but he risks actually damaging the engine of the Tiger, plus the rear is exposed so the Persian could flank them. There you go, Persian flanking in. If he goes for the Stug first, that's good. He got the ambulance though. Target weak point, V. Target civic point, Fritz. Where's civic point? It's American. Everywhere's a weak point. They don't know how to build tanks, and they never will. That was a big mistake there. He failed to use Tiger weak point. Then he could have saved the Tiger. Instead, he's actually handed over Tiger to his opponent. Obviously, I imagine Luciano will be taking that one up very eagerly. So, while he got eventually 2 Stug there, he didn't get the Persian and he lost his Tiger. So, I mean, again, he could have got it had just used Tiger weak point. That is a definite mistake there, feel by him. A definite mistake. Luciano, though, is just pressing on towards the victory point. His immediate priority is not fixing up the Tiger, then turning against his German opponent. I mean, they though still has a lot of infantry compared to Luciano. It's sort of replacing the losses now, but it's still pretty risky there for they. Stug, I think, being dispatched northwards there to assist with his armies. There you go, rolling ahead. By 1944-45, though, there wouldn't really have been a lot of Stug 3Es. I mean, there would have been few, but they would have actually been part of any sort of training or replacement armoured battalions, or sort of stationed across the German Reich. I would usually only sort of be, sent to battle in case one of those training units was threatened, and would just, roped up anyways into some kind of counter group or counter brigade and forced towards the enemy. For example, you had a bunch of them fighting around Arnhem doing Operation Market Garden, since they were part of the Hammond-Göring Fallschirm Panzerdivision's training and replacement battalion, for example. Oh, he gets the Tiger tank that he's denying it to his opponent. Stug good to go. He should definitely, I think, go for another one to have a better chance versus the Pershing. We can see that Vase actually managed to gain most of the map back there, despite everything. Despite losing the Tiger there, he has gained most of the map. Now the question is, will Wei then actually try and defend with mines and bunkers? And what will he do? Now they got the Stug 3G on the move, hitting the southern fuel point. They is relentless once he gets going. Honey is moving up, and he's setting up bunkers of his own to help defend the centre victory point. Rather than down, was going to use it by the southern fuel point. We got the major supporting there actively, and he's just splitting right past using the sprinter. Nope, moves up to support anyways. Up north, we got the Pershing on the move. We got 2 anti-tank guns waiting it, plus his 2E. Needs to get that bunker up. Needs to get the Suji up support in the north. Oh, they're going to be caught here by the Rangers. Veteran fleet. They're shredding them out in the open in a matter of seconds. Still an upgrade there. They, I think, is actually getting overwhelmed here by Luciano's attack. We got artillery strike called in somewhere, I think around the south. But even that ends up being slightly awkward called in. Still not upgrading the bunker. Lost a unit there. Losing his mortars, but it's completely disaster all of a sudden for Vay. Complete disaster. Stugi awaiting repairs. We've got the Stugi moving southward to assist us with the infantry. He could call in Osman, he could try and call in another Stugi to help deal with the infantry, or he could just call another Stugi to make sure he doesn't get, you know, whacked by enemy armor. These lines are seeming a bit of extended here versus Luciano, who's waiting repairs for his Pershing. He's also calling out another M36 Jackson tank destroyer. They're waiting stuff. Grenadiers on the way. So again, no Panzer Grenadiers there for Vay overall again. Well, he's made use of 3 abilities of his doctrine. It's not all bad as a per. Similarly, Luciano's made use of 3. I don't think he's done anything with his rifleman, though, in which case he'd put up to 4. And sadly, no combined arms. It is a pretty good ability, but it certainly can be tricky at times to utilize. Bit of a stalemate here, bit of quiet there as both players are just sort of rebuilding. And in fact, it has lasted some, so both players sort of trying to just catch a bit of a breath there as to sort of assess the next move against the other bastard.
We're losing a capture point. Tank destroyer is ready for orders.
So there you go. Vay on the move again. Enacting its next big plan. And Luciano also getting to move there, bursting through the hedgerows. Right behind Vay's infantry lines, causing complete havoc. Their grenades going off. They're from the Persian. Gunners being annihilated. Full retreat here. Stu needs to get down there. Packs whatever it can muster. At the same time, he's been attacked on north. He needs to get the Stu up to support there. Got Jackson nearby. Stu going down. Then needs to get off target weak point. Target weak point. He really needs another Stu, but he's actually playing for another Tiger, and he doesn't have the munitions up for his. Oh dear. That Stu gets dead. That was a definite mistake there by Vay. That was a definite mistake. He should have more Stu's down there. We should at least use target weak point to buy some time. There goes it, gets flanked here by the Pershing. Another pack 40. Oh, Jackson. I mean, Jackson was being knocked out there by the pack 40, but it's turning into a bit of a mess here up north. Pack 40 being overwhelmed. Stu doing what it can with some infantry with its 75mm high close shells. As Vay there, I think again commits another Tiger, which I definitely feel is a bigger mistake by now than the first one, considering he has very few victory points left. And lastly, you know, while he might have gotten a briefly safe position, there wasn't, I think, overall in a position to really get away with it. He should at least have more armoured elements to really sort of make it work. Almost got the rifle and the damage on the Stugi. Great troops in reinforcing, and pack 40 wiped by the Rangers. Of course, there's still the Stugi hiding about there to worry about. Very much a problematic element there. Oh, they're going to get wiped by the Rangers. The Rangers themselves are pretty close to death, so I mean, there's a small chance the Rangers themselves could end up dead as well. But the 1 and 16th Panzer Division and the 3rd Armoured Division are certainly both winded here and bloodied. But neither ready to give up yet. Machine guns up to cover the southern one. 26 points left for Vay and the 1 and 16th Panzer Division. Stugi in dire need repairs. Fun fact, Von Manstein was one of the original sort of idea people behind the Stug. In fact, he might be the one sort of originally asking for something like the Stug, requesting a sort of a design back before the war began. There's another fun fact. Walter Model would be taking part in actually helping developing it later on. Sort of fun facts there. Pershing moving into the north, straight into the line of fire of the Pack 40. Shot bounces. Stuggy obviously doesn't stand much a chance. We could try and use target weak point here, but so far the Vey has fault. Oh, there you go. Finally utilised it. And there you go. Lands got it on the Pershing. Shot bounce is almost been wiped out. And smokes in there just in case. And the Southwick Jackson breaking through. Unit wiped though, and he doesn't have anything to really deal with the Germans. So the problem is we just get the, well, it doesn't matter if we just get the northern victory point, because then, I mean, he doesn't need the centre one for much longer. He has to be a bit mindful here still. We got victory 2 there on the Stuggy. I don't think any Stuggies actually received armoured side skirts though. That's a side note there. I think that's sort of really only Stuggies actually sort of received. Almost got the Stuggy. We got the both Pack 40 around to the fight with the Pershing tank. There you go, Stuggy kaput. He is close to the Tiger, but again the question is, will it actually matter here, as now he's just losing control of the rest of the map again. He's just not really pushing out anything that can threaten the Pershing seriously, or the Jackson, or the infantry. He's just basically getting another holding pattern as he aims there for the Tiger tank. Which in the meanwhile just allows Luciano to rush ahead and secure the points. Attacking the base, interestingly enough. There we go. Vey no longer controls in the victory points. Luciano almost controls all 3. Almost got the Pack 40. There you go, grenade off to make sure. If the Pershing doesn't. 10 points left. Rangers defending the centre victory point to the death. Another Tiger for Vey, but again, much too late. Betrayed by his Fuhrer syndrome. And there you go, GG, game over. I think in many ways a good fight. There was some aggressive play there very early on. I mean, he's really just a good player there. But again, he sort of committed the flaw again and mistake a lot of players, some players like to do. I think it's increasingly less, and certainly, you know, once the whole, you know, tech penalties sort of applied, or tech premiums applied, there'll be probably even less of them. But again, the whole just, you know, taking advantage and then to an extent just throwing it away because they don't actually use it to push ahead. And that's basically the big problem for Vey. He just didn't push his advantage while he had it, basically allowing Luciano to get back into the fight versus Vey. I think Vey just pushed for medium arm when he probably could have sustained better the map control early on, could have then follow up with a faster Tiger. Rather than instead happening, he conceded map to Luciano, got out of Sean, who then sent up to was able to follow up with a Pershing reasonably fast. By the point, you know, then Vey then was sort of slowly able to get out of Stug. But then, you know, at some point, you know, after just a Stug, proceeds to go for another Tiger, which I think was the death knell there for Vey. So again, initially really good, but mid-game he just sort of slowly fell apart because, again, he just fell into that whole, you know, Fuhrer syndrome business. Luciano, I think, did pretty well. Could have been perhaps a bit more aggressive, just a bit more consistent sort of later on with his barbed wire and tank trapping, or his sandbags or something. Could also benefit from an earlier doctrine, I feel. But overall, very well played there by Luciano. But again, you know, some more might or something like that I think would have done a lot for him. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, tell friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay of your own approach and feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye.